Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another weekly edition of MidRank Madness. This is a game between EatsRainbows and Hunter on Dusk Towers. This is our weekly examination of Gold, Platinum, and Diamond level gaming, those who are not very often showcased on YouTube channels. And if you would like to submit a replay to MidRank Madness, go ahead and send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of MidRank Madness. I will get it to my screeners, they will send the best ones back, and I will cast them. In the bottom side of Dusk Towers, we have the red Protoss player. It is EatsRainbows, representing Mocat. Is that Monster Cat? I bet that's Monster Cat. And in the top side of Dusk Towers, we have the blue Teran player. It is Hunter, representing LFTS, like lifts? Or something? Do you lift, Hunter? Entirely possible. He does have a trophy here. You too can get a trophy by participating in an online tournament through the StarCraft 2 client at your level. They are on pretty much every day, I believe. You just log into StarCraft 2. It'll tell you when the next one is ready to go. Just sign in. It's single elimination. The winner gets this neat trophy to hang on to for a while, and it is awesome for the bragging rights. Holy crap, is that... That is a, yep, that's a command center first from Hunter. Okay, yes, there's a supply depot, but that is a command center first here in this MidRank Madness game. What is going on? Hunter, you are so brave. A more standard gateway opening into what looks like an expand from EatsRainbows. Already has the 400 minerals. Get it up. Get it up. Oh, just barely gets it. Hunter tried to block that thing. Got there like a microsecond too late. Only because EatsRainbows was late on with it, but... Either way, this probe is chasing this SCV around saying, get out of our house. This SCV is chasing this probe around saying, get out of our house. So I guess they both have a right to stay in each other's bases, considering their opponent is doing the same thing to them. Although EatsRainbows is vacating at the same time that Hunter is. So both players decide that's quite enough scouting. Thank you very much. Did you scout this, EatsRainbows? You did. Good job scouting that early command center, recognizing that it is a barracks follow-up, which means quite a few Marines, which means you probably want a bunch of Adepts, maybe some Stalkers mixed in there too. Some Sentries wouldn't hurt anything either. But for all of those things, you need to wait for the Cybernetics core to finish. Assimilator, popping on up. And that next is done yet. Nope, just about there. Things build fast in Legacy of the Void, but not quite that quick. And this is a command center upgrade to an orbital command. No reason to make this a planetary fortress. Like, I can't think of a single reason to do that, unless you're super worried about Adept drops, or link drops or things like that against your Zerg opponent, at which point maybe you need to work on missile turret placement and cyclones and things like that, because really the extra income you get from an orbital command trumps everything else. Get it? Planetary fortresses are for bases like this one that is wide open, so far away from your main, hard to defend, or this one, or you know, maybe even this one is fine. But for these three, really these should all be orbital commands. So we'll see if Hunter follows that pattern or not. Cybernetics core is complete, and Twilight Council coming up, so no. Interestingly enough, not necessarily going for, well, you know what, they could be Stalker and Adept, actually. Blink is available on the Twilight Council as an upgrade, as well as the Resonating Glaives that increases the attack speed of Adepts by 45%, but that's a robotics facility as well, so both these at the same time is a little bit unique. You don't see this a whole lot in professional games. We'll have to see what EatsRainbows is up to. We will come back and check that out later. Is this just a ton of barracks? A ton of barracks and an engineering bay. So just straight up Marine Marauder, no sign of a factory, no sign of medevacs out of starports, because those are required if you want to go MMM. But this looks like just straight Marine Marauder, possibly. Oh, and Adept tries to get in. The Shade cannot pass through buildings, though, so keep that in mind. You can scout the top of that ramp, but that's about as far as you're going to get. A little Adept hanging out down there. Yep, Resonating Glaives being researched by EatsRainbows as predicted. Stim coming up here. There are missile turrets on the way right here and right here. Good placements. Perhaps worried about Oracle harass. I mean, I guess that's what happens when you play in the dark. I would almost consider using a scan here, Hunter, but he's choosing instead to play without information as what's going on inside the Protoss base, and that's just fine at this point. I don't think he really needs to know, but sooner rather than later, getting some kind of scout would be really super useful. Barracks, like I said, getting tech labs on these two, not upgrading anything on this tech lab quite yet. Do you have enough to get combat shield? That'd be useful. And yes, goes concussive shells instead. Concussive shells before combat shield. Interesting indeed. Is that a factory? Tell me it's a factory. Okay, factory is on the way. Whew, feels like a late factory in PvT, but you know what? It looks like EatsRainbows has no intent of being aggressive, so no harm in taking it a little bit slow here. A lot of gateways coming up, and a forge. Got those upgrades started as soon as possible. Again, 0 defense against drops back here, so this could have been a quick drop from Hunter, and EatsRainbows could have lost a lot of probes. But instead, it is an attack right down the front with Marines, with Marauders. They are waiting for that +1 attack to finish, Concussive Shell, and Stim to wrap up. And eventually, the Starport's going to finish, and we can get some medevacs. But for the time being, it looks like a timing attack. Waiting for, waiting for Stim to finish. I'm not sure if you can wait long enough for Infantry Weapons level 1 to finish, because that seems like a bad timing. But marching up the ramp, regardless, they are brave, they are blue, they are of the Teran Dominion. I'm not sure why I assume that. There's a lot of different factions with Teran, but either way, coming right up this ramp, and there is nothing here. Getting that pylon, Photon Overcharge gets a couple shots up before the pylon dies. A second one is on the way. It's going to force Hunter back. Overstimming just a little bit there, killing one pylon. Okay, did not actually supply block EatsRainbows. Poor probe just wanted to expand, got its face smashed in by these bullies who then hoof it on home as fast as they can go until the drugs wear off. And then they walk back home at a more leisurely pace. A lot of those guys actually pretty darn low on health. Observer scouting things as to what's happening inside the Teran base, or at least what's coming out of the Teran base. Hasn't really done any scouting inside to this point since that probe was running around at least. Double pumping medevacs, excellently well done. I love the fact that the factory was used to build the reactor, and then the starport was built, and it lifted off onto the reactor that the factory had actually constructed. So that's a trick that a lot of professionals like to use. I like to see that copied in the lower levels, as it is very, very smart. Third base coming up for Hunter. Third base gone the way for EatsRainbows. Were you scared away by those Marines and those Marauders? You can handle those bullies. You can. +1 attacks almost finished. Blink is on the way. Robotics Bay coming out. We could see Colossus. We could see Disruptors, which would be interesting. I'm going to have to say, Observer Scouts, everything coming out of that front door for Hunter. That is just such a great position for the Observer. Now, one thing I do want you to know here is that if you are the Teran player, you can see that ripple. See it? See how it's just a little bit distorted, kind of rippling there? If you do a quick scan, you can kill it. That is something that a lot of professionals will do, but it's just hard to see at the lower levels. It does take some time, but this is usually a place they like to land their observers, so check this spot out on this map, and you might catch 1 or 2 observers with it. This one too, seeing exactly what is coming up, just in case the other one missed. Oh, canceling the Nexus and canceling. Oh, the cancel. Bad news. Did he hit his own gateway there? He did. Coming up the ramp, man. Hunter wants to win this thing. Photon overcharge. Nope. That's canceled. This one too. Boop. Gone. Depowering everything that is here. Oh no, the Immortal's doing a lot of work though. Immortals getting focused down. Wow. 1 and 2 Stalkers. Adepts trying to hang on. Mothership core overhead. Trying to kill this Marauder. Not going to be able to do it for 100 million years. It seems like, but overstimming a little bit. The Stalkers do have that +1 attack. I think that will do them well here. And yeah, the 2 Marauders, not quite enough to pull this off. The medevacs evacuate with none of their wounded. And the medevacs decide, you know what? We're all going to go home. All of our units are dead now. So pretty good attack, I would have to say. Resources lost pretty even to this point. EatsRainbows has lost 2,400 resources. Hunter has lost 2,200. Getting replacement pylons, and I would throw up this as soon as possible. Yes, excellent. EatsRainbows is throwing up this Nexus, recognizing a huge mineral surplus right now. A lot of gas, too. You got to do something. Disruptors are good. Maybe getting another robotics facility would be excellent here. Whoa, extended thermal lance. I was going to say, what is this upgrade? All right, so extended thermal lance, but getting disruptors. We might move into Colossus play. Although the number of Marauders that are on the field are a little bit intimidating, and the ability that Hunter has to double pump Vikings out of this starport that's ready to go is also quite intimidating. But regardless, the Teran player is spending his money better. As a result, he has a bigger army, 55 to 31, and a better worker supply, 49 to 44, having a 4th base already. What? Super impressive so far. All right, so again, in the comments, I want you to tell me what level this game is, whether it is gold, platinum, or diamond, because as we know, nobody can agree what it is. These players are either way too good for what I said they are or way too bad for what I said they are. So go ahead and make your guesses. If you get it right, I will congratulate you on being smart. But usually it's about a 50%, like maybe half the people who guess in the comments get it correct. It's just crazy, the wild variance in skills in these mid-rank madness levels. It's just, you will see someone who's really good one day in platinum and someone who's terrible the next day in platinum. I just think because maybe the level of their gameplay changes from player to player and week to week. There is a Colossus here. Wow. Purification Nova. Bam. Getting a nice shot off. Stutter stepping in here a little bit. Really trying to focus down these, the Disruptors, and everybody is dead. Blinking out. That is a lot of medevacs. Can you kill any of them? No. They are super low on health, but none of them are dead. The Stalker's trying to chase them down, but their blink was on cooldown. Couldn't quite do it. Is that Colossus still alive? Where are you, Colossus? You're still alive with 9 kills. Holy shamoly. Good job, Colossus. I'm pretty sure this is the Purifier skin with the dark gray here, almost black. That is the Purifier. Not the Tall Dardim. Anyway, Stalker's coming back home. Resources lost is showing that now the Teran's up 4,400 at 37.25. APM is 100 on average for EatsRainbows. About 127 for Hunter, but closer to 250 right now for the Teran player as there's more stuff going on. Stalkers come in and absolutely lay waste to 3 of those medevacs instantly, pushing up the ramp further here. Is the Stalkers trying to get rid of these medevacs first of all, but that's a lot of Marines and a lot of Marauders, and this Colossus is not participating. Colossus, where did you go? Disruptor wants Purification Nova to hit, and no! Fizzles! Oh, it fizzles, and the Colossus dies instantly as it is unescorted. So that's something you can focus and try to do, Teran players, against Disruptors. If you kill them before that Nova explodes, it cancels the Nova. That was a clutch play by Hunter, because that Nova was right in the middle of this pack and would have one-shot so many of these units. But as a result, now we have Hunter on the warpath here. Army supply is 59 to 24. EatsRainbows, spend your money, man. You have to do this thing. You're in so much trouble. All these Stalkers are going to die. They're trying to kill a factory, which is kind of a waste of time. Blinking out and running. What do they have? A single Disruptor. This looks really bad for our Protoss player. The back and forth has been crazy in this game. Nova comes down. Oh, huge hit. Oh my gosh, 13 kills there. Photon Overcharge might be able to clean up the rest of this. Double Photon Overcharge. Going to be super useful too. Trying to warp in Stalkers, and the Stalkers, there are enough. There are enough to clean these guys out. Probes pulled off the line a little bit unnecessarily, but hey, better safe than sorry. Get back to work, you guys, and they are. Factory coming back in for scouting, and then explodes, pieces of it flying over the heads of the Stalkers. And Disruptor with 13 kills. Where are you, Disruptor with 13 kills? There you are. Holy cow. I think that was all in one shot, too. Like, almost took down 60% of Hunter's army force there. It's still 57, 59 to 35 total supply in favor of Hunter. Does have a planetary fortress at this space. Excellent work. That's a PF2, which seems, again, like something you don't have to do, but you know what? At this level, better safe than sorry. Maybe once you get up into the Masters, Grandmasters, you can hold it without having a planetary fortress there. Anyway, the income, if you take a look at it, is definitely favoring our Teran player for minerals, about 2,900 to 1,900 for Hunter. And gas income is actually higher for the Protoss. Does he have more assimilators? No. Yeah, these actually aren't fully saturated. Hunter, oh boy, got to fully saturate those refineries. These ones are, and these ones are, so he knows what he's doing there. But anyway, 4th Nexus is on the way. Again, it's a little bit late here. A small Stalker Disruptor push out on the way. +3 coming up for Hunter at 12 minutes. Is this Pult? Are we watching Pult right now? +3 attack as well. Wow. All right, so Purification Nova comes in. Holy crap. Boom. Big time hit. Another Nova comes in and tries to get it off. Oh my goodness. Absolutely decimating the Teran force. I would say this Teran player maybe not the greatest at splitting, as he's lost a lot of stuff to these Disruptors. 14 kills. Only 2 kills? What is going on? Is it 14 and 14? No. 14 and 2. Surprisingly few. This Marine's going to kill these guys on their own. A drop back here, though, with the Warp Prism. Stalker's trying to kill these Marauders. But again, the +2/+2 is strong with these Marauders. This single Marine really, really wants to kill these Disruptors all by his lonesome. Medevac's hanging out with Liberator support here as well. Finally, a Nova kills that single Marine. Stalkers are still alive, but reinforcements continue to come on in. Can they take out this final Marauder? 2 Stalkers with +2 attack and 1 armor. Nope, can't do it. Marauder with 4 kills. That +3 attack actually kicked in. Another warp in here. Well, single adept. Cancelled and running out. Just kidding, says EatsRainbows. We're not actually interested in attacking there, but that was a pretty solid move by EatsRainbows. 30 to 56 army supply. Again, Hunter continues to out-macro his opponent, which seems like a bit of a problem. But Marines and Marauders continually streaming out here. Liberators mixed in now as well. We did see that earlier. +3 ground weapons, about 70% complete. And this Stalker force, not quite enough. Weird blink to get into this position. Don't go through this choke. It's a bad thing to go through this choke. All right, going through the choke. Planetary Fortress and this many +3 Marines and Marauders. Purification Nova tries to catch him. Catches a couple Marauders, throwing their bodies up over the heads of their friends. Another Nova comes in. Oh, gets it off. Another Nova too. Holy cow. Purification Novas, MVPs of this game, yo. 12 kills, 3 kills. Stalkers cleaning up the remainder of these forces. Yes, they're fully upgraded, but they are super outnumbered at this point. So again, Disruptor can get another shot off here if it wants to. Can it? Yep, another pure. Oh, focused it down. Focus it down. Focusing down the Immortal. Our Teran player is good at focusing down the units that are dangerous to him, at least most of the time. So that's great. More Disruptors on the way. Again, EatsRainbows having a super hard time spending that money. Hard time. Stalkers cannot take that down. Not going to happen. Catching reinforcing Marines as they come out. The Liberators a little bit unsure what to do right now. Is this enough Stalkers to take this many Marines and Marauders? A little bit of some Blink Micro right there from EatsRainbows, but not super great. As another one explodes. A lot of Defender mode circles being set up down here, and here come the Disruptors. But once again, you need more. Yep, more gateways is good. More of these things is good. See how, I guess you have 2 already. Where's your other one? Oh, here it is. Okay, so you already have 2. Small attack up here. Did that get a shot off? Looks like it did not. Run, run, Disruptor. Your death is imminent. All right, does get picked up by the Warp Prism, running for its life. Liberators trying to kill that thing. Getting shots off. Are they faster? 472 on... Well, it looks like they can catch up because they're getting shots. The upgrade, the Gravitic Drive for the Warp Prism seems useful. Unload, unload. Shot. Purification Nova coming down, and bam! Obliterating most of the Marauders in that group. Stalkers trying to get these Liberators from the ground. Liberators not setting up in Defender mode. A couple of them dying there. This is amazing back and forth action. Holy cow. +3 has finished. 17 damage versus Armored. Are these Armored? Yes, Armored Mechanical. Stalkers do extra damage versus Liberators. I should have known that, but a bit of a brain fart there. Bam! Cleaning it out. Army supply 56 to 70. That's probably as close as it's been in a while between these 2 players. Worker supply 64 to 61. Number of workers killed, 12 killed by EatsRainbows and 2 by Hunter. So for all the aggression Hunter has shown, for all his macro abilities, he hasn't really been able to slow down the Protoss economy at all. And these Disruptors are laying waste. Laying waste to the Teran Bio army. There are none with this army for EatsRainbows, which I'm a little bit worried about, because these guys will just massacre you as Exhibit A here. Yeah, having some Zealots to absorb some of the hits is great, but you need Templar, you need Disruptor, you need Colossus, you need something. Oh my goodness. Oh! Another 60% of a Bio group. Oh, completely whiffed on that one. These Disruptors are getting destroyed here now. Oh boy. Now they're trying to focus on the Disruptors, allowing the Stalkers actually to do quite a bit of work, blinking on out. Once again, huge, huge army of Marines and Marauders. Finally seeing one of the Observers and killing that. That was pretty nice. Resources lost. 23,000 lost for Hunter. 18,000 lost for EatsRainbows. SCV is doing a mass transfer over to this base, which is under construction. And yeah, leaving 11 here is good. I mean, I guess you don't need a lot of gas to do what you're doing here for Hunter, but has not taken these Vespene Geysers at all and still has 1 on each of these refineries, which seems odd, but I mean, again, his macro is doing super, super well for this level of StarCraft 2. I can't really complain. Stalkers on in. Any more upgrades on them? No, just kind of stopped at Protoss Armor level 1. I'd like to see 2 or 3 at this point of the game. Again, oh, I was going to say you have a lot of money, but you're actually spending your minerals fairly well. Gas is a problem. Maybe move into Archons. An attempted drop back here with Adepts trying to kill a barracks by themselves. Killing these SCVs would be nice. And yeah, as the SCVs are attacking, the AI for these Adepts is actually focusing them down instead of the Marauders. That's interesting. Can they get the Marauders? Yes. Yes, they can. Bam. Marauders don't do extra damage versus them, but they don't do extra damage versus the Marauders either. 13 damage on that glaive cannon. This is enough units to chase them out. These guys going to town on more and more of these SCVs. What is happening? That's 24 workers killed. We're at 64 to 56 workers in favor of the Protoss player. These drops have been pretty good, which is odd. Like, usually we see the Teran player doing the drops, but the one doing it today is definitely the Protoss player, Mr. EatsRainbows, but getting evaporated by the Marines and Marauders right here from lifts. Finally cleans it out. Expanding down here too is Hunter. This base fully saturated. Both players macroing very well, I'd have to say. Again, continued upgrades would be nice. Templar would be great for EatsRainbows right now. Storm, Archons, either one I would be okay with. Planetary Fortress, can you get it with this many Stalkers? As long as the repair doesn't come too soon, I think he can. And Purification Novas. Oh, the SCVs! Oh, the SCVs. That was a lot of dead workers. More dead workers here. Starting to fight. 41 workers killed by EatsRainbows here. That was a giant play by EatsRainbows. Where was the army? Is the army gone? What is happening? Hunter. Oh, he's starved for gas. Why didn't you take these refineries? Why not? Oh, you're down here. Oh, you're kind of doom dropping it. All right, so going to kill this base in retaliation for losing this base back here. Retreating all the way back home is EatsRainbows, but this is only Stalkers, man. I don't see how you're going to deal with this force without disruptors. Do you have any right now? You have 3. Where are they? Where are your disruptors? Here they are. Here they are. So we're going to chase them down. That Nexus is canceled. Probes running for their lives, not attacking. They're smarter than the SCVs on the other side of the map. That is for sure. All right, so I think if EatsRainbows can deal with this particular group, Warp Prism gets melted. Oh, the probe stopped running. All right, pincer movement here with 2 Stalkers on the right side. They're gone. Purification Novas do come in. Now starting to kind of split. Oh my gosh, another, you know it, bam. Oh my goodness gracious. This is what happens when Terra players don't know how to split. Absolutely massacring. 101 to 85 total supply. 67 to 62 total supply on the army for EatsRainbows, but it feels like his army is so much bigger. I guess this is a nice group at +3/+3 back here, but he's got to feel bad about those disruptors, man. It has got to feel bad that he's taken so much damage from these glowy, spinny orange balls. 17 kills on that one. What? Run! Nope. Nope. Nope, you can't run. They are fast. You really just have to split. And this might be all she wrote. Here comes one last gasp for Hunter. Marines, Marauders coming on. Then Disruptors getting evaporated immediately. Oh, that might be enough. Immortal trying to kill these Marauders. Finally, some force fields for the first time in the game, pushing away some of these Marauders, allowing the Stalkers to kill whatever they will. More reinforcements coming out for Hunter. I feel like Hunter might be able to hold here. It's going to be close. It is going to be close. The Sentry should at least show up Guardian or throw up Guardian Shield, but no. No, does not do it. These Stalkers have blinked out. They are running for their lives. Resources lost, 32,000 to 28,000 in favor of our Protoss player. Looking good, but nothing in the production tab right now because Mineral starved. Mineral starved. Stalkers, can they do it against this number of Marines and Marauders? I don't think they can. They need more. They need more with better upgrades if they're going to do this thing. Hunter smells blood in the water, man. He's coming in. Zealots come in first with charge, getting some shots off, absorbing the hits, doing a lot of damage here too, and yes, EatsRainbows cleans it up. Last Marauder dead. Medivacs getting killed as well. Beautiful blink forward from EatsRainbows. Every Marauder is completely gone. Army supply 35 to 44. This is again very close. Sneaky base down here is not seen by EatsRainbows, but I think he must suspect there's something down this way because that base isn't giving any income at all. How is the Teran player still alive? I guess by trying to build this base. Cancel it. Oh, didn't cancel it. That hurts. Loses the whole 400 mineral investment in something that is now gone. Moving on down, saying, I believe I saw someone heading down this way. And that is all she wrote for this base. So currently our Teran player is down to 33 workers. Of course, EatsRainbows only has 37 himself. Can he save the orbital command? Hunter coming this way? No. No, EatsRainbows has no interest in engaging here. Going to come up here, blink past these rocks, keep Hunter trapped. And, oh, actually trapping his own units too. Sorry, Zealots. Wasn't your day. Was not your day. So we are coming down to brass tacks right now. Hunter, this is basically his last mining base. He has equal worker count to the Protoss. Fairly close, anyway. So he can start mining from this and get back into this game. EatsRainbows is totally mineral starved, though. Is he doing a good job moving workers? Yeah, pretty good job. No, there are too many here. EatsRainbows, move these workers. Oh, now they're idle. Now you know they're there. Move them here. Move them here. You need mineral income in the worst possible way. Did you stop making disruptors? EatsRainbows, why? They were doing so well for you. Oh, no. All right, here comes Hunter. 105, 84 total supply, 43 to 74 army supply. Force field not doing super well there. Better force fields, but man, these guys are hitting hard. Photon overcharge coming on up, getting focused down. Bam, pylon is gone. Mothership core is gone, Hunter. A lot of units trapped back here, but I don't think it matters. And that's it, the GG from EatsRainbows. EatsRainbows is defeated and Hunter is victorious. What a comeback play from Hunter. I feel like more than once he was dead. He was dead, but that drop here where he killed this base was beautiful. His continued macro, he kept his money low for the most part. He didn't really lose any of his production facilities, which was fine. Did end up losing, again, a lot of workers. 62 workers were killed by EatsRainbows, but it wasn't enough to overcome the low econ required for this Marine Marauder medevac composition. Not many Liberators, right? Not a whole ton of medevacs. Okay, a lot of them died. That's true. Lots of them died. There were only 5, and I think Hunter made probably 20 throughout the course of the map. But either way, well played by Hunter. Just an impressive display this week. And again, guess in the comments what you think this level of play is, and we will discuss later. All right, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another weekly edition of MidRank Madness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Ascension before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. Justice. Our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. Sense of soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Ascension is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Sense of soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. watch over you. Kushala Adu. Kalarulas. Aramulas. Antlaranus. Naslaran. Kinalatu. Casar di Templare. Daramanaka. Oshara Sashina.